Our first speaker tonight is going to be Aceveda. He's a longtime Hartford activist, a campaign volunteer, and I can personally say it's been amazing to work with him on a lot of projects. So, Frank.
Thanks for inviting me here today. Helping out with this campaign has become a memorable experience. Working with a lot of dedicated comrades, youth, revolutionary youth, and veterans. Really shed a lot of light in terms of what the movement is today. Had the experience to go up to Albany and really get a first-hand experience with this and bring back a lot of what was shared in Albany and bring it to the campaign. Because of one thing that this campaign made clear is that we're not putting our hope into Chris Hutchinson completely in this campaign. We're saying that we must mobilize and continue to organize and strengthen with solidarity so that our movements grow along with every other and that we have a true working class movement that can achieve the change that we're hoping for. This has been emphasized in this campaign this whole time, and this is where the real change is going to come about. That's why history is going to have to remember this campaign, just as the people in the bourgeoisie is going to have to accept the reality of a revolutionary socialist option on the ballot. But the revolutionary struggle for a free and just equal society is much more than a vote on the ballot. You see, since I first met Chris, he said that it is us, the working people, the working masses, who have the power to change society, to transform society to fit the needs of our people. But in order to meet these needs, we must continue to mobilize and organize in all sectors of society in order to halt the capitalists and their gains. Because what has kept them in power has kept us divided and without power. It is the capitalist mentality of which we must break away from and practice solidarity. And solidarity is something that we must all embrace. Unity, this is what scares the oppressors. Unity and solidarity with one another's struggle is a practice that scares them because they realize the reality of the change that can come from it. In order to move forward in the anti-war movement, we had to embrace solidarity with many other issues, such as Palestine and really bringing labor along to agree on those points along with many other things. And it's the same concept that I share with my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters to organize, unite, and stand in solidarity with other related struggles, especially with the struggle back down on the island. This is important because what we can learn from what's happening down there, we can apply here in Connecticut. And when this has happened, there's no limit to the kind of change that we can achieve, especially with the revolutionary socialist perspective. You see, this hasn't been about joining the electoral process in the same manner the status quo politicians who hold or seek to hold seats in public office. It's been more than that. It's been more than collecting signatures and raising funds to move forward. It's been a campaign with an alternative perspective on to solve society's problems, not through TV ads about he said, she said, but what we've been saying from the very beginning, to organize and mobilize on the ground level, because even with a socialist victory, the revolutionary struggle continues and the working masses will have to continue working towards real change. Just as a defeat means we have to continue moving forward anyways. And we didn't come here to negotiate or ask for demands from the capitalists so then we can expect little gains and then to continue fighting for more. Because in a free and just society, because we're not cooperating with status quo politicians of just asking and asking and asking. We're demanding full freedom and real change in the society. Because we don't want the capitalists to govern over us. Because we've already allowed this and have proven that they neglect in providing for our needs. And they're incapable of understanding this and unable to do so because our needs isn't a priority that motivates them. The only thing that motivates them is profit. And as a result, if the result happens to be deteriorating hunger, poverty, layoffs, outsourcing, racial divisions, deportations, they care not. We need to overcome, the need to overcome the conditions that we live in is a necessity. And as long as the capitalists remain in power, as long as we continue to vote for people like Larson, they will continue the war against the working class and all popular movements that emerge out of the conditions that we live in. So our response is resistance and solidarity. Resistance against the fear that they project, and our response is resistance and solidarity with our undying love for revolution and revolutionary change. It is only when a mass working class movement emerges guided by the revolutionary principles of socialism and love for humanity that we will begin to see change in society. And we're seeing this right here as we support us. He embodies these principles. And this campaign is a great importance because, as stated from the very beginning, a vote changes nothing, that we must continue to be on the street, continue to mobilize and organize, but at the same time support Chris Hutchinson and all revolutionary politics and politicians that